Hi, this is Penki Samuelsson of the band's ENTRAILS, and you are listening to The Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Pontus, Penki, Samuelsson, thank you very much for taking time out for this interview. It's a great honor to have you here and welcome to the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Hi, thank you, man. It's good to be here.
You're very welcome, Penki. Penki, besides being so busy with 3 bands at a time like ENTRAILS, Grimstone and Void, how is the day-to-day in the life of Penki Samuelsson, and how come you became a metal musician?
Okay, first of all, Void is actually not active anymore.
Okay.
I think we stopped for, a few years back now, actually. But yeah, day-to-day life, you know, just like everyone else, just working, getting through the week, and yeah, doing what you can. Really. Play music whenever you can.
How are the family, the wife, the kids?
No kids. I'm actually living with my fiancée right now, so it looks like I'm getting married in 2 years.
Oh, that's great. I hope to be there for your marriage.
Yeah, that would be cool, man.
Listen, and what's your hobbies, Penki?
Hobbies? That's just music. Always music.
Always music.
Yeah, all free time I have is dedicated to music.
I'm very happy that you decided to become a metal musician.
Yeah, me too, man.
By who you was inspired to do this?
Originally, it was actually mostly the American death metal scene. Started with Cannibal Corpse for me.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I worked my way back to, the early Morbid Angel stuff and Deicide and everything like that.
Okay. I mean, who pushed you into go into especially playing guitar?
That was just me.
Just you?
Yeah, I actually started out playing drums, but for some reason, the more time went on, I just gradually started playing more and more guitar, and here I am.
Superstar now, man. You must be proud of yourself.
Not really, man.
Penki,
I'm getting there.
Penki, I'd like to give you the compliment for the release of Grimstorm debut EP, Rotten Kill. Tell us more about the band and its release, and when should we expect the debut full-length album?
This Gravestone was actually never really supposed to be a band. It just started with one of my friends coming over. We were both just being bored, and we just decided, hey, let's write some songs. Okay. And we thought they turned out pretty good, so eventually we started playing it with some other people, and it turned into a real band. So a few years later, we recorded this first EP, and yeah, this is what came out.
Are you planning a full-length album?
Oh yeah, later this year.
Later this year, okay. Do you guys play live?
Not so much yet, but we're going to.
Okay, going back to ENTRAILS. ENTRAILS was formed in 1990. Their goal was to follow the scene that Stockholm brought to light around the time with the bands like Dismember, Entombed, Grave, and many more that cemented the brilliant Swedish death metal sound. I had the great opportunity to interview Jocke in 2015 for the release of Obliteration. After playing some shows in 2015, Jocke, Samuelsson and Adi Mitrulis left the band in early 2016 and were replaced by singer, bass player Tommy Carlson and drummer Martin Michelson. How was everything gone in general, Penki, with the album Obliteration, and why has Jocke and Adi left the band?
Touring for the album Obliteration was probably the most we have ever played live, ever. So that was a really, really good album cycle. Sadly, they had to leave because, just other times, other bands didn't really work out. We ended on good terms, but just didn't work out in the end.
But if I have to go back to the album, how it worked out for the band, the album Obliteration in general?
Been pretty good, I think. Pretty good in general. That's all I can say, really.
I mean, you get a lot of support from the fans. You did a lot of show for this album. Did you get a lot of support by Metal Blade Records? I mean, even though 2 members have left the band.
Yeah, I think so. But I think it's just thanks to the fans and people who like our music, sharing our music. So yeah, it's all thanks to the fans that everything went as well as it did. And because of that, I think we got a lot of gigs and shows thanks to that.
You just came after the release of Dragging That, but if you have to compare after being there with the band for the last 3 years, if you have to compare Obliteration to the Dragging That, how would you?
I think Obliteration is a bit more raw, actually. To be honest, I think the Raging Death album was kind of a bit overproduced, and so with Obliteration we went back to, no triggers on the drums or anything, just everything sounding the way it should sound, almost like if it was played live,
Okay, very good. Penki, don't you mind to announce Entrails current lineup, please?
Yeah, sure. It's Jimmy Lundqvist on guitars, Tommy Karlsson, vocals and bass, me, Penki Samuelsson on guitar, and Martin Mikaelsson on drums.
One more question before I go over talking about this great new album, World Inferno. How has this everything gone to recruit Tommy and Martin? Was there additions done or you guys knew them? Tell us a little bit about this.
Actually, Martin was with us a few times before he joined the band because we needed a standing drummer for Adde. And I think we got contact to him from one of Jimmy's friends who just recommended him and said, he's a great drummer, you should let him do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So when the time came to change members, he was the most, he was just so simple. He already knew most of the songs. And so we just let him join the band. And then he had a friend, Tommy.
If I might interrupt, Penki, that's the difficult part. I mean, to get the bass player, but the bass player must be the vocalist as well. I mean, that's much difficult to find.
Not in this case, because he could just do it. He's just, he's a good enough musician to do it. So no auditions or anything like that. We had luck this time around.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean is that you can get a good bass player, but he's a terrible singer.
Yeah, that could happen. But in that case, someone else probably would have gotten to sing the songs. Maybe me or another, separate singer. But everything worked out. I think it sounds really good.
That's good. Okay, Swedish death metalers Entrails will release their new album, World Inferno, on June 16 via Metal Blade Records. Could you give us some details on the songs on this new album, World Inferno, and what have the band done differently this time, lyrically, musically, compared to the 2015 album, Obliteration?
I think the music is pretty much the same still. Because, it's a classic Entrails album. Sounds just the way Entrails should sound. The only difference is really the new members and their own personal touches to it. And lyrically, there's one difference. It's that we're actually almost having a theme for this record, which is, it's basically World Inferno. It's, post-apocalyptic something. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
It's a bit of a theme on this one. That we have never done that before.
Okay. The lyric is totally different compared to Obliteration, in other words.
Not completely. It's just the songs kind of fit together lyrically. It's still about, murdering and disease and everything.
It's a day-to-day life, what's happened on the street or some horror stuff or whatever.
Yeah, horror, absolutely.
Could you give us some highlights on some of the song, if you so wish, please?
Let's see. I actually think the two singles that are out are probably two of my favorites. Serial Murder I think it stands out a bit. It's more, kind of like At the Gates in a sense. More melodic and, it just stands out. I like it. But I really don't think there's a single bad song on this record. I'm really proud of this one.
Okay, the recording for World Inferno started back in December 2016 in Lundqvist Bloodshed Studio, and Dan Swano once again handled the mixing and mastering for the album. How has the recording gone at the Bloodshed Studio, and how has it working with Dan Swano again gone? Working with Dan Swano, I think, is too much to ask him. He's a genius, but I just want to know what could Dan Swano do better than he did last time? I mean,
I don't know how he does it. It just gets better all the time for some reason, and he always surprises me because everything, even though we have the most dirty guitar sound in the world, you can hear everything. I don't know how he does it. But, everything is just, we're being very comfortable. Recording at Jimmy's own studio is just, that's where we rehearse as well. So we feel at home.
To be honest, I can't remember if I asked Yoko last time if you did the recordings at Jimmy's studio last time, or is this the first time you do it?
No. We did it before as well.
Okay. The album is available as a digipack CD and as well as a 180-gram black vinyl. Penki, are the CDs available in more format, colors, and unlimited quantities?
I don't know about unlimited, but it's a CD and vinyl in a few different colors. I'm actually sure what colors they are.
They all are limited, right? To what, 200 pieces each?
Something like that, yeah. I'm not actually sure about this because I never really handle that part of everything.
Okay. It's also available as a digital download?
Yeah, I think so. It will probably be available in a few different places, but that's mostly up to Metal Blade because they handle everything.
Since the band two first album Tales from the Mark in 2010 and The Tom's Wage in 2011 with FDE Records, the release Rag and Death in 2013, Obliteration in 2015 and World Inferno on June 16, 2017 as a third consecutive work with Metal Blade Records, and Penki, your second as Entrails guitarist. How was your experience working with Metal Blade Records and as a new Entrails member in 2015, and how do you see it will be for the band with this new release, working again with Metal Blade Records?
I mean, Metal Blade has always been pretty good to us. They're really good with promotion. The way they handle promotion is something we wouldn't have been able to do on our own. So yeah, I think we have gotten to spread our music in a way that we have never been able to do without Metal Blade. So yeah, everything is good, and we're really thankful for what they're doing to us. Yeah.
Is there sometimes you feel that the record label wants more from the band than 2015?
Not really, actually, because we always do it the same way. We make music that we like, and if we like it, we're happy with it, and that's what we want to release. And so far, Metal Blade has liked everything, and there has not been a single problem.
Okay. The band has released a video for the song The Soul Collector, and you just premiered a video for the song Serial Murder in promotion of the album and the information around its release. When could the fans expect a film video for any of the songs on the World Inferno?
We're actually not sure about that one, because we have never actually done a real music video before. We would love to do it, but yeah, we'll just see if, and in that case, when it happens, because we're not sure right now.
Before I forget, I believe, I saw somewhere, or am I wrong or right, Penki, but you have already 2 t-shirts, available, right?
I think there's actually a few more.
Few more?
Yeah, I've lost track.
If I'm not wrong, I think I saw one for serial murder. And
yeah, that's right.
which more T-shirts are available then?
Oof, that's a good question, man. I'm not actually sure right now, but I know there are going to be a few different designs.
Design for each song, no?
No, not for everyone, but that would have been a cool idea.
I guess I saw one for serial murder that has a different design than one, if I'm not wrong, was for the song The Soul Collector.
It might be.
Yeah.
I'm actually not 100% sure right now.
Okay.
Because there has been so much information around, this release, so everything is just mixing together in my head.
Yeah, I know you guys must be going on some kind of pressure because the release date is almost there and there's so many things you want to finish, there's so many things you want to be done, and the time is getting tight.
Yeah, I know, but I actually think everything is ready. It's just
waiting.
If it was up to me, I would like to release it today, if it was possible.
Okay. What are you guys going to be doing on that day? Anything special for that special day this coming June 16?
No, I actually don't think so. Just, grab a beer and be happy that it's finally out. we would have liked to have some kind of release show, maybe in our hometown or something, but for some reason it didn't work out. So it would have been good, but hey, let's just be happy that it's out by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Swedish old school death metal force ENTRAILS has teamed up with the booking agency District 19 for exclusive European bookings and has played on April 19, 2017 at the Stockholm Slaughter with great bands like Tiamat, Watain, Necrophobic, Gal, Sweet, Moonspell, Solstice, and many, many more. How was this Stockholm Slaughter and ENTRAILS presentation on the club and stage, and why has the band teamed up with District 19? Penki.
Stockholm Slaughter was absolutely amazing because it was the first show we have done in a few months actually, so it felt really fucking good to be back on stage again and just delivering some rotten death metal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just an absolutely amazing show and the venue was packed when we played. It felt really good.
You consider this as the release party? I mean, you had, even though the CD is not released yet, was the CD available at that festival?
No, sadly not.
Sadly not. Okay.
So yeah, this was basically just a one-off show, before we could actually start promoting the new record.
Okay, so how was your playlist then? Just based on the early albums?
Yeah, mix of everything.
Nothing of the new album?
No.
Okay.
No, sadly not.
Okay. ENTRAILS appeared at different prestigious festivals such as Partisan Open Air, Summer Breeze Open Air, Maryland Death Fest, Stonehenge Hellfest, Stockholm, and the Coast Rock Open Air, to say some. At which summer festival are you booked this year, or what are the plans for this year in order to promote World Inferno?
Sadly, no summer festivals this year that are booked, at least, because we actually signed with District 19 at kind of a bad time, because when we signed with them, most of the big summer festivals were already booked up.
Okay. Yeah.
From here on, we just want to book as many shows as possible and go everywhere if it's possible.
Do you believe there will be a North or South American tour for ENTRAILS? Maybe not for 2017, but sometimes in 2018?
I'm pretty sure we'll go there at some point. Nothing is decided yet, and it takes a lot of work to be able to do it, but we really want to go there, and hopefully we'll make it work as soon as possible.
Penki, to conclude this interview, is there something else you want to add before we say goodbye?
No, not really, man. It's just been a pleasure. It's been really good to have this interview. It was great fun, man.
Before I forget, I want to thank Nikki very, very much of Metal Blade Record. I was every day, emailing Nikki, come on, let's get this interview done. And finally, I got in contact with Jimmy, and I want to thank Jimmy also, and to you especially, thank you for taking time out for this interview. And I want to hand you over the microphone of Metal Messiah Radio for you to invite all your fans, all your friends to support the bands, to buy your album, your early album, to buy a new album. We are waiting for this great masterpiece to come out in a couple days from now, and to buy the merchandise that you have out now, and to attend your concert, your show throughout the world, whatever they are. The microphone is all yours. Thank you.
Oh shit, what am I going to do with this? I have no idea what to say, actually. Just, oh shit, it's a bit much, man. Yeah, it would be great to see as many people as possible in the future at our upcoming shows.
Penki, if people want to buy the albums, buy the merchandises, where should they go to?
Most likely, the best thing is to go to metalblade.com. They will have everything. Shirts, CDs, vinyls, everything you want.
Okay, Penki, I hope to meet you guys. I'm going to be in Europe from mid-July till the last week, I think, of August, sometimes early September. I hope something can happen. I can catch ENTRAILS playing somewhere, or we can meet somewhere to have some beer together. But at the same time, I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate each and every one of you of the band, ENTRAILS, Jimmy, and the rest of the guys. And all the best for this great new release. And my congratulations for the release of World Inferno this coming June 16.
Wow, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. And, whenever you're here, just shoot me a message and we'll see what we can do about it.
Yes, I was invited to Stockholm last year, but, my agenda was too tight and my friends, they are still waiting for me. So I hope to, if I have chance, to hit the road towards Stockholm this year. And if I'm done there, I surely gonna give you a message so we can get some good Swedish beer together.
Sounds good, man. Just let me know.
Okay, I want to thank you very much, Penki. And like I always say, metal on. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye, man.